What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video. It seems like we have some news from Scopely. Finally, throughout the 7-year anniversary, we got a calendar. It's a surprise. Other games giving tons of calendars, tons of free stuff. But Marvel Strike Force finally at the third week, at the end of the third week from the anniversary, gives us a calendar. And this calendar is with Knull shards, which is a big surprise, right? It's a big surprise because we thought that we're gonna have to wait a few more days to get Knull. It might not be the case. Now, the real question is, why is Scopely giving so many Knull shards nowadays? Why are Scopely trying to get Knull as fast as possible into your hands? Well, the reason why it's very simple. It's because Knull, it's no longer meta. Knull, it took so long for him to come out that he's already dead on arrival. And this is something that is very common with Marvel Strike Force. They put these characters in a pedestal, very hard to obtain, but after it takes so long for you to acquire them that we already have all kinds of counters against them. Now, Knull was made for Battle World, and Emma Frost, X-Men, the good Emma Frost, right away she would counter this guy because of her passive. So yeah, we already had a counter from the start. But now we had another soft counter against Knull, which is the Vigilante team. And it seems like we're going to have another counter soon as well. And once again, this is a big problem. This is a huge problem. Because what's the point? If the character that we are chasing are going to get countered at day one, then what's the goal at the end of the day? What's really the goal at the end of the day? What is setting up the differences between the people that have and the people that don't have? The people that put the effort and the people that, okay, they're not really putting an effort, they are trying to catch up, and that's fine. You should be a little bit behind. That's what happens in other games. It's what happens in life, right? You should always try to push yourself to get forward, to get more advanced, to get more in front. But it's not the case with Marvel Strike Force. It seems like anything that you get ahead right after, or it's dead on arrival, or right after there is something that completely nullifies it. Now, taking a look at what's going on in game, is this shards going to be enough? We're going to get like what, 35 shards or so? Maybe 45 shards, I didn't count it. How many they are? So we have 10, 20, 30, 50 shards, yikes, 50 shards. So most people that did Battle World on the first run, they're going to be able to unlock Knull next week. Yikes. Oh, that's a big yikes. So literally everyone is going to be able to unlock Knull. I mean, bro, like this is, I don't like it. I have to be honest. I don't like it. We put so much effort making spreadsheets, organizing alliances, coming up with new strategies for Knull, and now literally everyone is going to get Knull for free. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm really not sure how I feel about this. And believe me, it's not because I want to be selfish about it. It's because I want to feel like the effort that I put into the game, that was worth anything. But once again, it feels like Scopely doesn't really want you to do this. What is this red dot? Do you have already overpowered in game? We might have already, right? Why would we have that red dot over there? So this was my first gear tier 20 character, Blade. Why did I do Blade first? Because the first section of the Professor X unlock is going to be city characters. So you want to gear up your Blade and Spider Society, or Blade and Vigilance, as early as possible. I know some people did Odin. Some people are already regret doing Odin because he got clapped in arena even at gear tier 20 with characters that are under geared. So that's already a huge problem. But yeah, I focused at first on Blade because once again, he's one of the most important characters that we're going to need early on. Now, speaking of Professor X, is Professor X already available on the game? No, it's not available yet. But I'm going to be honest, you guys might not know, but Professor X, he can be countered day one. Once again, this is a big problem. We'll talk more in depth about this, but the big problem right now is that any character that has stun trauma can stun and trauma Professor X. Professor X is not immune to stun and trauma. So that means any character that is faster than him will be able to stop him. And do you have characters that are faster than Professor X that will allow you to do stun trauma? Well, the answer is that yes. So first off, we have Apocalypse. If you can apply vulnerability to Professor X, we can use Red Hulk for that. Apocalypse will go before Professor X, and he can apply stun trauma if Professor X has vulnerability. But the biggest problem is going to be Black Cat. And not only Black Cat, we have another, she's not City. I apologize. It's not City, it's global, but we are going to talk about Spider Weaver. So this is not great. This is not great. So Black Cat, her speed is 132, and because of that, Professor X is 127. She's gonna go first, she's gonna do her special, and she's gonna stun Professor X. On top of that, Black Cat is also an arena character. So is Black Cat coming back to the game in terms of arena meta? Probably yes, probably yes. And this is very concerning because once again, you are putting all this investment into characters like Knull and Professor X, paying thousands of dollars. The whales, they already said they're gonna spend $10,000 to unlock Professor X. And what they have to show off for after is a character that is going to be countered by a character that was unlocked like 2 years ago, right? And once again, MSF makes you feel like your time is really not worth anything. You are investing in all these characters and so on, and then the characters are dead on arrival. Or you spend the money and the characters are dead on arrival. The metas have been super weak when it comes to Cosmic Crucible. Everyone has been very disappointed. Now they are trying to make the rooms more significant, but is that going to be enough? I'm not sure. It seems like Scopely is running away from the theory crafting that we had in the past, going once again back to a cookie cutter meta, and this is a huge problem. Some people are still not understanding exactly what's the problem with the overpowered system. I'm gonna tell you just one example to give you an idea, but this is a conversation that you can have much more in depth, which is the counters, right? So for example, when you're facing Illuminati versus Illuminati, the Illuminati that has overpowered, of course, is going to win against the other one. But if it's the same Illuminati, then that's fine. The overpower bonus only activates if you have an advantage. So it's something that you are investing in, and if you have equal gear, then it does not even make a difference. The problem is when you are using non-traditional counters, or when you are using dollar store counters. For example, Phoenix Force with Apocalypse and with Echo against Illuminati Odin, right? So that's something that is very, very common, but that's something that is going to die from now on, because these characters like Echo, Emma Frost OG, Zemo, Red Skull, using these characters to use specific bonuses to give advantage to your team, it will no longer be the case, because whenever you see a Hank Pym coming with his ultimate, or Captain Britain just with his passive alone, your old characters will die right away. First off, they don't have the gear investment, then they're gonna get overpowered, so we are talking about 75% plus more damage against your characters, and that means that all these soft counters, all these contraband counters that we find on the dollar store, they are no longer going to work. So once again, this is going to absolutely kill theory crafting, and I think this is going to cause a lot of problems to Marvel Strike Force. You have DC Dark Legion, you have Rachel Engines, you have Marvel Mystic Mayhem, and you have a few other characters coming to the playing field in the very near future, and some already here already, and it's not gonna look good. The MSF player base is getting smaller and smaller, but we'll see. They keep making these decisions that only benefit the Krakens. They bring no depth to the game, and this is not really much to show for it, and I'm really concerned about the future of the game. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about the situation right now. We can talk about more in depth with these topics in the near future. As soon as I get my stuff going on again. Unfortunately, we have some technical difficulties. Hopefully they will be fixed soon. And that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. And I'll catch you guys later.